H-A-T. It's in the name.
Welcome into the Helping Healing Humor with Ben and Travis podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be interviewing the legendary, I think that's a great word, legendary. Phillip Randolph from Faulkner University in Montgomery, Alabama. He is a good friend of mine. I assume he would claim Ben as a friend. We're going to get to that great conversation about the Bible program down there in Faulkner right after these important messages.
The Adventures of Ben and Travis and the Joyrider, the second book in our series. It focuses on helping you learn how to find joy in difficult times and to see how people with special needs also have some wonderfully special powers of encouragement. You can pre-order your copy at benandtravis.com/books.
I'm Travis Creasy. I am the campus minister at Riverside Christian Academy, the pulpit minister at Riverside Church of Christ, and whatever else Ben Hayes can get me to do. That's Ben Hayes over there, all-pro counselor with Three Chord Counseling in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and also the pulpit minister for Highland Park Church of Christ.
And I do all the other things that you get me to do, like podcasts, and then forget about some of them sometimes. So there's that too. But man, it's great to be on here. It's great to be at Lads to Leaders this weekend. See all kinds of our good friends that are here, including you, Phillip. So
Thank you, Ben.
We're thankful to have you. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is a great event.
So Phillip helps recruit for Faulkner. I've known Phillip a long time. My wife helps with college and career advice there at Riverside Christian Academy, and we met Phillip, and Phillip has always been really good. He ultimately wants kids to go where they're going to fit in the best and ultimately get closer to the Lord, and so he's always made that first and foremost. And of course, he loves Faulkner, has worked for them. How long you worked for Faulkner?
It's been 5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
And so every time we make the trip down there, we love Faulkner. Faulkner's has helped this podcast.
And we love you.
Good friends with the podcast, sponsored. They have us down for their lectureship in October the last couple of years, and that's always a blast. But Phillip's here to talk a little bit about Faulkner and their Bible program. Of course, we've had President Mitch on as well. I hope that's okay for me to call him that. But
yes.
I said that yesterday, and then I was trying to correct myself, and he's like, "No, that's fine."
Yeah.
President Henry.
Excellent.
Shout out to President Henry because he's your biggest fan.
Oh, really? But we need those.
He loves his guy.
We need
It is
big
nice
fans.
to have fans. Yeah.
Yes.
In high places.
He's your biggest
especially.
fan. Yes.
Well, as I mentioned, Faulkner is in Montgomery, Alabama. It is a Christian university associated with the Church of Christ, and I know that obviously Bible is a big part of the program down there. I know that the law is, as in lawyers.
Jones Law School, is that right?
Jones Law School.
Is a
That's
big
right.
offering that you have.
Yes.
But today we're going to talk a little bit about the Bible program at Faulkner, and so I'll just turn it over to you. You tell us what off the top of your head, and if we got any follow-up questions, we'll hit you with them.
Well, thank y'all. I appreciate you letting me come on. I was hired this past year in September to be a recruiter for the Bible Department, which basically includes undergraduate Bible and our graduate and PhD program. So I'm helping with Zorn Scholars, and the tie into Lads, of course, is Jack Zorn, who was a Faulkner grad, Alabama Christian College back then. We started the Zorn Scholarship in honor of Jack Zorn. And it's basically a full tuition scholarship if you want to study the Bible. If you want to, we've got a few tracks, youth ministry majors, or more of a textual track, but for ministers. And if you're wanting to be a minister, we've got the Zorn Scholarship, and I would love to talk to you about that. So that's kind of the emphasis with the undergrad as well as the grad programs. We've got 3 graduate or master's level courses, Master's of Biblical Studies, Master of Family Life Ministry, and our Master's of Theology, which kind of goes along with our PhD program. So
we've had several, I know, from Riverside go down to Faulkner, and all we've ever heard are glowing reviews, and they keep recruiting for y'all. That also helps, right? When they go back and go, hey, have you thought about Faulkner? I talked about the Bible lectureship, and getting to hear some of the professors that you guys have down there is always really impressive to hear them. They know their stuff. And, Faulkner, like I said, is in Montgomery, Alabama. You guys have football, which is obviously an appeal to me, being a former football coach, and love that.
Great field, too. We went down there while we were there for the lectureship and went and looked at it. I wasn't aware that there was a Stallings statue there until we went and explored. So I thought that was pretty cool.
We're at Lads. You mentioned the connection to Jack Zorn, which we all love and respect all the work that he's done, his family continues to do. So how would you get connected to that scholarship? Did they reach out to you? I'm sure there's a process to that.
Yes. If you're interested, if you want to apply to the school, then I'm going to get in touch with you, and there's a process. There's an interview that you do with Dr. Todd Brenneman, who's Dean of the Bible Department. Short interview with him, and a letter of recommendation from a church leader. And then there's a committee that kind of votes on, okay, is this a guy we want to get into a program? I also want to mention Colt Mahana, who is our campus minister, and he's done amazing things there. And a lot of that is with the Zorn Scholars, as well as the faculty, because he's really trying to get a spiritual emphasis placed into the heart of these guys, and really getting at to what ministry is about. You can learn about preaching from the faculty members and different aspects of ministry, but Colt's impact on them is tremendous, because it's more about the spiritual emphasis, more about the heart of who these guys are. So I love bringing kids, into that environment to where someone is really, looking out for, looking out for your spiritual, growth, as well as your presentation and your, all of these things that we tend to look at, but really at the heart, we all know that it's the spiritual aspect of these young men that we're excited about.
Well, going back to the kids that we've sent down there, I've not sent a one down to Faulkner that I didn't think wasn't going to be well taken care of, and not only that, come out of the program, whatever program they have, still on fire, excited about God, and certainly the Bible program does that. But to your idea about the campus minister, I don't know that you can have enough. I don't know that I, at 44, can have enough people that are interested in my spiritual walk, and certainly in my late teens, early 20s. And I can point to people who've been that for me as well. So.
And all the things that I've been seeing out of Faulkner the last couple of years is just a lot of almost revival type thing. It's not just the kids going down there that are already wanting to be Bible majors or whatever. You've got a lot of sports programs. Some of the kids from my home congregation have come down there in the years past and worked there and stayed on there for a little while. But then it seems like the last couple of years, there's just been a real spiritual revival among the athletic departments and a lot of the kids that are there. And that's been something cool to see that there's like this spiritual atmosphere beyond just the Bible department.
Right. And I really think, and of course, Mitch says this, he said it recently, because I really feel like a lot of that is due to him. I mean, it's that he came in with a spiritual emphasis, and then that's what we're going to be about. That's what, the founders were about. That's what this school has always been about. That's who we want to be. But he says, it's not me leading the school, it's God. Meaning what happens here that's positive, that's a blessing to the kingdom, is happening because God wills it. So everything that's a success starts at the top. And so I feel like that's, a big part of it. But yes, and y'all have great kids there at Riverside. You've sent down good kids.
I didn't mess them up. So
and we're thankful for the training that they get, from you guys and you as well, because that's what we want. We want members of the church. We want Bible majors. We want any student that's a member of the church to come and help make an impact on our culture and on our campus. That's ultimately what we're trying to be about. So, just we're trying to get more guys and girls interested in ministry.
I think
at the undergrad level and graduate level.
Something I've noticed on the campus, and you feel it when you get in, is that it is intentional, the spiritual aspect, but it's not like panicked. It's not like overboard. It's not like would turn some people off. And so like even people that aren't connected or don't know a lot about the Bible, I think could show up and immediately be plugged in. And so it's a place for really everyone. Yeah. And I think that, to your point about President Henry, that's something you get from him. Like, it's not fake. It is the real, like you're getting the real deal, and that's important to him. And it just is natural and seems to flow out of him. And all of you that I've had any kind of contact with that work there, there's just a deep care for the person, of course, their spirituality. And so what would be the best way for somebody to get in contact with you or any of your recruiters or anyone, especially in connection with the Bible program?
Right. Well, I guess the best would be an email. If you wanted to reach out to me through email, it's prandolph@faulkner.edu. If you go to faulkner.edu, that's really going to give you the information about our Bible programs, what we offer. In undergrad, what we offer, all the other areas, computer science, math, business, whatever. So go to faulkner.edu, but if you're, specifically wanting or interested in being a Zorn Scholar, going through that process to see, if that works for you, then please give me an email. Do I give my phone number?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
You can give your phone number if you
Are you
want
that
to contact
brave for the 4 people listening to call you?
My number is...
Let me write this down.
Yeah. 334-425-6053. And if you text me or whatever and just say you're interested in learning more about our Zorn Scholarship, the free tuition, the full tuition Bible Scholarship, then I would love to talk to.
And I'm sure you've got information on how people can use that degree and use that. I know that sometimes that's kind of the question, especially for, our young ladies.
Yes.
Is that degree something I can, obviously spiritually it's going to help you, but I think there are more and more opportunities for people to put that into use in ministry.
And I'm glad you said that, because that's one of the things we brought up at the board meeting was, what are some of the things in marketing and talking to young ladies, because we've had some go through the program and are working, in ministry now. And so there are a lot more opportunities than on the surface, unless you're, diving deep into it. I know Rhonda Fernandez Halo here is at a board meeting, and she was talking about, we've got to find more opportunities for young women to be a part.
Well, there's a growing thing right now of ladies' conferences and like TLC.
Shout out to TLC.
Yeah, TLC
Transform Ladies Conference.
They're huge. I've heard a couple of other people. I know like Connect Conference, I think, has a ladies branch there, and of course a lot of children's ministry. There's a lot of ladies that are helping in children's ministry and teen ministry. When you got a large congregation, a lot of times there's a need for that too. So there's a lot of different ways that can be used, and that's a great thing that the school is doing there. And of course, we have a love for Dr. Zorn. Rhonda is a special part of our family, and of course the Zorn Jack got this going, and this whole weekend is about something he did to train young people, and it's become probably bigger than anything he could have even imagined it would have become. I mean, I know he saw it, but it just keeps on growing. It's not stopped, and so it's amazing what putting some time into young people can do, and the power that it can have. And so very something great from it. But Faulkner's doing that with these young people, and I love the fact that it's named in his honor. So,
well, I'm part of that too, because we were in Montgomery at the same time. He was with Faulkner. I say Alabama Christian College because that's what it was back in the 1900s when I was there.
The 1900s.
Yeah, I love saying that phrase.
Yeah.
But
it hurts my soul a little bit.
But like in 76, 77, 78, I was going around with him, and he was always so encouraging. That's what I loved about Jack, is he was so encouraging, and he would take me and others to different churches, sometimes for other things other than just lads competition, but just giving me and others opportunities to speak in front of people. So he played an integral part.
He would
in my childhood.
definitely love this scholarship. I don't know if he would love it being named after him, because some people like that probably don't like that very much. But I'm sure what it goes to is certainly something he would be all about. So, Phillip, we like to finish our episodes with some fun questions, or at least one fun question. In the last few weeks, the tradition has been, what is more likely, right? And so far, the Megladon has continued its dominance. Ben was the dissenter last week with the moon landing, which I probably should have been.
You would have been with me, right?
Right there with you.
But I and Will Mahan off air went with the Megladon. And so, what is most likely to be real, right? Is the Megladon going to keep its record going? The Megladon, is it more likely to be real, or... And I guess the government has kind of come out and said there are UFOs, right? There are UFOs.
But that's just another.
But that's yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a broad umbrella. Yeah. So we're going to go a little deeper here. Are there little alien beings out on some other planet? I mean, this is a huge thing that God's created, right? And so you got to take into, and I think that's one of the things that's kept the Megladon going, is because it's we just don't know what all's out there.
What's there?
But now you add space, which is even larger than the ocean. So what is more likely, the Megladon being real or aliens? As in, like, far out there living on another planet. Is it sentient beings? Is that the right word? I don't know. Somebody out there is like, well, I don't know.
So I'm not even going there. That's too big of words for me.
A couple of years ago, people flipped out because there was a drop of water. There was some moisture on Mars. Yeah. And so, life could be out there. So what is more likely, the Megladon swimming around out there, or little green men, or whatever color you might think?
You get to go first.
You are the guest.
What are you thinking?
This is
more likely. This is more likely.
More likely. It's not saying this is the way it is.
Right.
What is more likely?
Right. I'm going to have to go with Megladon.
Oh, yes.
Now he's on the Megladon.
All right.
I mean, the moon is one thing, but beings, I mean, there's just, I don't know.
All right, Ben, what you got?
I'm not saying it's impossible.
So my argument for this is, I believe that we say Maywood is the center of God's universe, because that's the whole phrase.
That's not prideful at all.
Yeah. So I love Maywood, but I think the earth is the center of God's universe. I mean, I think this is what he designed everything for, and he put his people here, and he sent his son here. So in a very, to take the serious turn, I think this was the point. And I don't think that there's anything anywhere else. I think that he created
breaking news landing in Nashville.
This place just for his people. Could there be something that's like, I guess if we're talking about little green men, maybe one thing, little something on the moon, maybe not, but I'm still sticking with Megladon. There's still a chance there's a really big shark in the bottom of the ocean.
I love the looks that we're getting from people when they hear Megladon and aliens on the podcast.
What is this about?
This is great. This is a great question for live in the masses of people.
That's right.
Huge amount of people.
4 of them that'll walk by.
Yes. And so I'm going to agree. Ben knows what nightmare fuel both of these things are. I lost a lot of sleep over sharks.
Unsolved mysteries.
And unsolved mysteries, aliens. I was always terrified I was going to be abducted, or look out my window at night and there'd be this.
That's why we wrote a worry coaster book.
Yes, it was for me. So I'm going with Megladon too. The streak continues. Megladon keeps dominating.
What will be the next question? Do you have an idea?
I don't know.
You're gonna have to just
I'm not sure yet. I think so. Like when we're done with you and you make your way back to your booth, we got to come up with some question. If we do a second episode.
That's right.
But Phillip, I appreciate you taking time to be with us.
Hey,
as I said, it's
always for having me on.
Great to hang out. And I
feel really privileged, and this is good. This is first
you need to get out more, brother. That's just going to take. But
you guys are my only friends.
I will say this: that if things don't work out in the recruiting world, which they obviously have, you've always got Abraham Lincoln. Like you've always got
I've
Abraham
heard that
Lincoln.
before.
Yes, I figured you had, maybe even from me.
So I'm kind of like the Santa guy that's, everybody knows, oh, yeah, I know a Santa guy that plays Santa. So I could play Abe and kind of do that as a regular job and make money.
Yeah.
And at least the character you look like is known as Honest Abe, right?
That's right.
I don't know what character I look like, but it's probably not an honest character.
Oh, come on.
By any means. But thank you, Phillip.
No, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate
Faulkner.
the shout out.
They have certainly helped us keep the lights on the podcast. And you can hold that against them, or you can appreciate it either way, in one of the ways. But we appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for being with us for this episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast. Be sure to download our free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living, at benandtravis.com and receive all of our Helping Healing and Humor extra content directly in your inbox. We look forward to having you join us at the same Ben and Travis time, same Ben and Travis channel.